there we go. You can't hear. There we go. Apparently I was muted. So let's go from there. Thank you for letting me know you can't hear. So we will just go through that again really quick. Welcome to the live stream. If you want to get involved with the podcast, you can get your latest podcast news and episodes all here over on the Substack. You go over there, you can sign up, get the latest podcast news directly in your inbox. If you want to join the free RB Fans Discord community, there is a community for all RB fans around the world. 2 dedicated channels, one in English, one in German. So if you're a local RB fan in German as well, more than welcome to go there and sign up to that. And make sure to click on the link tree and click on the Discord icon and go from there. If you would like to help support the podcast and enjoy doing what I do, you can go to the rbltalk.captivate.fm/support and become an RBL Talk member today. Also on Apple Podcasts as well. So you can be an RBL Talk member, and for your membership per month, you get episodes completely ad-free. You get them early. You get a special seat with a private guest when it comes to watching the guest interviews. You get to have a private seat with a private live stream link, and you can ask them questions live as we record. And you also get first choice in watch-along topics. You get to know all news early. That includes when the podcast is doing the live streams, and also when we have the guests as well. You get to know first thing before anyone else knows. We had a little bit of a hiccup there. Apparently there was a bit of a mute there. And yes, thank you, Ballum. I was muted for this long. That is correct. As Ballum has pointed out, I was muted there. So that's okay. I do have some technical problems occasionally. I sometimes am human and do make mistakes. So just building to fever pitch at the moment. As I said earlier, when I was muted, it was a 3-4-3. Peter Galacci in goal. We got Bishebu, Orban, and Gertruda as the back three. Midfield 4 of Raum on the left, Campbell and Vermeeren in the centre, Rydell Baku on the right, and a front 3 of Xavi, Sesko, and Openda, which I've been saying should happen for quite a while. Xavi on the left and Openda on the right. Hello to Zia Talks as well. Hello to you. Big up, bro. Thanks, man. Much appreciated. Bundesliga moving weird this weekend. Yep, as we've been told from Ballum a little bit earlier over there on the chat, Bayern Munich has lost to Bochum 3-2, and there was also some other losers as well. No, Ballum, your phone definitely wasn't broken. It was me muted. I had my stuffing around with the program that I use my streams of, and I was just muting it to begin with there. So, and I do understand that the Instagram is a little bit behind as well. So if you're watching on Instagram, the best place to watch this live stream is over on Twitch, YouTube, or X, as it is a bit more quicker as we build to fever pitch. And we are underway in this top spiel for Bundesliga Matchday 25. That means time for the cans, and let's enjoy the stream. Let me know your thoughts in the chats as well. What you think the score is going to be today in this top spiel. As Leipzig seem to already get a free kick in a dangerous area, just outside the box on the left-hand side, just up near the corner, as Lewis Openda is down and he's gotten a free kick. Surprisingly, actually works quite well here. Normally, Openda ends up falling around, as most people would know that what I say is a bit like a fish out of water. So I'd like to see David Raum actually take this free kick here and do a kick around the corner from the left-hand side and get it in that top left bin. But we'll see how this goes. And remember, if you like the podcast as well, you don't just have to go into the live streams. You can follow the podcast on anywhere you get your podcasts, or click on the Substack QR code there, and that will take you straight to where all the podcast is across the whole entire internet. Free kicks taken. from Openda straight into the wall by the looks of it. And it's gone out for a throw-in, although a player is down in the box just from a deflection, as it was straight into the side of the face. And not a problem, Bellum. Good luck to us. We're going to definitely need it, especially with the way Marco Rosa has been of late. And remember, if you would like to get involved in this podcast stream as well, you can chat with everyone else over on the chat on the right-hand side, which I do believe is that side, which is always the opposite. I always get confused a little bit. I look here, it's on my right, but I've actually got to go point to my left as it's mirrored. You can have a chat with anyone over there in the live stream across all the platforms, but you can also chat with me and I'll highlight and speak with you during this stream. If you listen to the podcast as well, during the last week, the prediction for me was actually going to be a loss or a win for Freiburg. So Freiburg were going to win, or it was going to be a draw for us. So, and by loss, I meant that RB Leipzig to lose. And as we currently have the ball in dispute down on the left-hand side for Freiburg near the touchline where the managers are. So I think we were going to lose 3-2, or it's going to be a 2-2 draw. So let's see if this training camp midweek has done us any good in Salzburg. I honestly think it's going to make our players a bit more gassed, and it's going to not get the best performance out of them. As the throw-in comes in, with a very big run-up, throw into the box, header from the Freiburg attacker, doesn't go very far, gets deflected back out, and it's gone out for another throw-in. Another long throw-in into the box, down the left-hand side. RB Leipzig have a break here on the left-hand side, currently with Xavi. Xavi's got David Raum over to his left, goes centrally to Sesko instead. The extra new rumours of him as well going to Arsenal, and they've said that they were going to activate his release clause at the end of season. It'd be quite interesting to see if that does happen, and I think RB Leipzig will probably let him go if we don't get to Champions League either. So we really have to be mindful of that as well. If we want to keep these players, we're going to have to make sure that we do get the top four. As currently RB Leipzig passing the ball between the back three. Down on the right-hand side here with Baku passes to Openda, but he's caught offside again. My apologies. It was Gertruda to Baku. And Baku was the one that was offside. Just coming into the 6th minute of play now, just finishing up the 5th minute of play. RB Leipzig still not playing pretty football, but that's okay. Big clearance from Gertruda down on the right-hand side. And a really weird clearance here from Freiburg as he headers it away for a corner kick here on the right-hand side for RB Leipzig. Just as my stream wants to be a bit of a pain in my backside, I'm just going to have to quickly give this a bit of a refresh. And Freiburg are already on the break after the corner. They are attacking quite well. RB Leipzig try to recover the ball, but the ball has gone out wide. And Freiburg just slowly getting the ball forward. It's gone out for, this time, a throw-in down on the right-hand side for RB Leipzig. And Rydel Baku will throw it in. If you're watching this stream, let me know where you're watching this stream, whether you're watching this around the world. Let me know whereabouts in the world that you're watching this stream. Myself, for those that don't know, I am from Australia, and I am up at the moment at 4:07 a.m. on a Sunday morning, bringing you the live action and commentary all the way from the other side of the world. David Raum currently has the ball on the left-hand side, tries to pass to Sesko, but it's been intercepted from Freiburg, and Freiburg will start another attack forward. Freiburg are quite good in defence, so it's going to be very interesting to see if we can break that defence. Although in the reverse fixture at home, that wasn't much of a problem for us. That being said, we were a lot of a better team back then as well in the first half of the season. We were a lot more organised in our defence, and I think teams really started to figure us out a little bit as well. As Freiburg are passing the ball around on the right-hand side for Freiburg and taking it to their back, what looks to be a back four here. It looks like Lionheart has the ball just down centrally in the back line for Freiburg. Freiburg slowly getting the ball forward. Nice lobbed pass here. And a push there from Raum. That looks to be a foul. Apparently not. I'm actually surprised about that. That looked like a foul from David Raum, shoving his counterpart. I think that was actually a foul, to be honest. But anyway, I think Freiburg fans were a little bit hard done by there, as RB Leipzig now control the possession, although Kevin Campbell gives the ball up in a dangerous area, although the reinforcements are back for RB Leipzig and are forcing Freiburg to reset and find another avenue towards goal. Welcome to the stream. If you're just joining in, my name is Justin Crozer. I am the host of the RBL Talk podcast, the RB podcast for all fans around the globe. As RB Leipzig currently have the ball forward on the right-hand side with Rydel Baku with a beautiful long pass to open up to Benjamin Sesko, but his kick goes straight into the grasp of the Freiburg goalkeeper, Atu Bolu. Just coming into the 11th minute now in the first half. The big question here is if we're going to have a big improvement here against Freiburg, as under fire coach manager Marco Rosa, the Leipzig native, has been talks that he's not going to have a job next season, as RB Leipzig are going to be restructuring their squad. So there's some doubts over the Leipzig native. However, he will be in the seat on the touchline until the end of season. And we've just done a training camp at Salzburg. It'll be interesting to see if there's going to be any improvement from RB Leipzig. As Kevin Campbell, no, it's Arthur Vermeeren that gives a foul, as he fouls Höller, the number 9 for Freiburg. Freiburg currently have the ball across their back four, and they have it in the exact middle of the park, in the centre circle that is just passed to the left, and they're going down the left-hand side here. They're not really getting it forward very well, as Peter Galacci is going to make an easy save. And I don't think there's ever been a draw between these two sides. Just having a look at the head-to-head here. Or at least not a 0-0 one anyway. Freiburg are struggling to get through the RB Leipzig defence, and likewise for RB Leipzig here. Although there's a good run here, and Peter Galacci's out to meet it, and tries to pass it to David Raum. And Dohan, who is on player watch today as well, might I add, number 42 for SC Freiburg. He was just caught offside there, as Peter Galacci was almost caught out in no man's land. Having a quick look over at the Instagram now. There is some people over there, so welcome to the 23 viewers over there. No chats over there at the moment, as Player Watch Dohan has the ball. And it was a beautiful cross in, and a header from Holler went straight into the grasp of Peter Galacci. So that's why I said Ritsu Dohan is going to be on player watch, as he's not only able to score goals, he's able to easily set up his other teammates, as shown there with a beautiful cross into the box. And if I remember correctly on the podcast, it was also David Raum that was going to be on player watch as well. Although I'm not exactly entirely sure, I don't actually remember that one, to be honest. Currently have a throw in here for SC Freiburg down on the right-hand side, just in the defensive third there. Very long throw in to Dohan, but he's easily able to get that out. And it's just coming into the 16th minute now as we speak. Very unentertaining game at the moment this evening, as both teams are struggling to really get themselves to have some chances. Currently, it's been 3 total shots for RB Leipzig for the 1 total shot for Freiburg. And that 1 total shot for Freiburg was the header from Lucas Holler. And that being said, though, that was easily the best chance of the game. So this could almost be close to a very low-scoring stalemate if we're not careful. As RB Leipzig win the ball back, currently out on the left-hand side for them, as Xavi Simons is fouled. And if you're just joining into the stream, welcome to the RBL Talk live stream Bundesliga watch along of matchday 25, the top spiel against SC Freiburg. I'm your host for this evening, Justin Crozer, the host of the RBL Talk podcast, the worldwide podcast for all RB fans worldwide. If you would like to get involved with the live stream as well, all you need to do is comment along wherever you are watching this, whether you're watching this over on YouTube, Twitch, X, or even over on Instagram, as we check over there for those people as well. There's 22 people joined. Welcome to all those people over there watching the stream this evening. As Xavi Simons is injured again, looks to be just above his right buttocks, where the hip flexor is, and they're pretty painful, especially if you get a stitch there. Currently, RB Leipzig have the ball down the right-hand side, as Gertruda passed to Orban and back to Gertruda and back to Orban. He switches the play to the left to Bishebu. He goes centrally, looking for Campbell. RB Leipzig are passing the ball around on the right-hand side, which is good to see us going a different direction instead of on the left-hand side all the time down where David Raum is. But this ball is in dispute at the moment. Just can't seem to get up into the attacking third at the moment for RB Leipzig. Just really struggling to get through the press and the zonal defense of SC Freiburg. Openda's got a chance, and it's straight over the crossbar, not even close to working the goalkeeper, which is very, very poor. You have to at least work the goalkeeper, especially with the nice lobbed pass by Xavi Simons to Luis Openda. That was very good. Just need to start working a little bit more closer to goal and also work the goalkeeper when you're shooting. There's nothing like having a shot on goal and not making the goalkeeper work. At the very least, you have to make the goalkeeper work. RB Leipzig are having a quick counter-attack here as Kevin Campbell has the ball, tries to cross it in to the back post towards Luis Openda, but it was an easy save from the Freiburg goalkeeper in the end. Just going to quickly have a look here and go through the player through the podcast transcript over here. Player watch player for RB Leipzig. It doesn't look like I actually put it in here. This is not the updated one, which is a bit of a pain in the backside here. Just give me a quick moment. Just do a quick refresh as SC Freiburg have the ball in attack and going forward. It spins around, it goes to shoot, and it's easily picked up and taken away from Luis Openda. For RB Leipzig, it was Peter Galacci who is on player watch And there's a foul there from RB Leipzig in a dangerous area, and he does bring the ball back. Welcome to the people watching over on Instagram as well. If you'd like to get involved with the live stream, make sure you comment on that live stream. And also, I'll check over there periodically. And if you're watching over on YouTube, Twitch, or X, make sure to comment along, and I will highlight your comment live and interact with you live. If you are watching this live stream, let me know where you're watching this from this evening. I do know that some people were watching from Germany, the United States, also over in Switzerland as well. So we have a few people watching around the globe, as the player watch player for RB Leipzig, Peter Galacci, will be in action here. Be interesting to see if Doan takes the shot, as he's also on player watch. And he takes the shot, but it's straight into the wall. Freiburg going to try down the left-hand side, though, but it's a beautiful challenge from Bishebu. And that was a really good turn and go from Xavi. And he's still running. Does try to pass to the back post, but it was not quick enough, as who is the goalkeeper there? Atubulu for SC Freiburg manages to come out again, rushing out and saving that. SC Freiburg going forward now down the left-hand side, as Gertruda runs back, and a very good challenge in the box. Had to be perfectly spot on there, otherwise giving that away as a penalty. RB Leipzig just hoofing the ball upfield to almost nobody. Tried to get Benjamin Sesko. And there's a recovery here from Lewis Openda. Challenge from behind. And it is a free kick for RB Leipzig after a delay, as the crowd sounds absolutely deafening there in Freiburg, as that's all I can hear in my headphones here is just the crowd. And they really piped up after the delay of the free kick being given there, as we're coming into the 25th minute now. And it says here, Atobolu has not been beaten for 510 minutes. So let's see if we can put an end to that in this fixture. Xavi takes the free kick. Takes it centrally. It's headed away from Freiburg. And we start again on the left-hand side. It looks to be David Raum tried to cross it in, but did not make it past the Freiburg wing back there in number 18. Who was playing at least at wing back. And it doesn't even say that number 18 is on the pitch here. On my sheet here. It was Dinky, by looks of things. Eren Dinky from Turkey. He was actually a forward. He's just come back to help out in defence. And RB Leipzig have the ball going forward again. Lewis Openda, beautiful cross in. And there was a shot that was on there, but a really good block there from the Freiburg defence, as Ginter stops that one. And there's a handball here in the middle of the park from Willy Orban, of all people. Quite interesting there. That's an accidental handball there, but so good that it's just a free kick. There's no malice or intent there. That pass back from Baku was really good there. Don't mind this play here. We're a lot more attacking. as David Raum and the Freiburg opposition, a little bit of getting acquainted there as David Raum sends his opposite number onto the floor. Just as my home internet and live stream decides to be a pain in the backside and not let me watch that, so I have to refresh it. This keeps happening. We might have to swap it over to a different web browser. If you're just joining into this live stream, my name is Justin Crozer. I am the host of the RBL Talk podcast, and this is the Bundesliga watch-along for matchday 25, the top Spiel against SC Freiburg. Just having the official and the linesman here, I thought having a chat over something, but it does look to be that just fixing up the, like a tracker or maybe the radio part that gets strapped to the linesman. As David Raum has the ball on the right-hand side. And we're ready to throw the ball back into play. Welcome to the live stream there, Finn Spires. What is your opinion on Xavi Simons? He's a good player. He's above average. He's not the greatest player, and he's not on the same level as, like Florian Ritz or Jamal Musiala or anyone like that. He's got potential to get there, but he's not, great, so to speak. I personally think there's a little bit of extra hype around the young lad. He's able to do things that other players can't do. He's got that special something, put it that way. But there's a few things in his play where I'd like to see him do better. One of them is retaining the ball, as in his dribbles. He gets beaten too easily, and he doesn't retain the ball for very long. So he needs to work on his balance and his dribbling, as in he dribbles the ball too far in front of him sometimes. And sometimes he takes an extra touch as well when it's not needed. So like when he goes to goal or something like that, it takes an extra touch when he shouldn't take that extra touch. Other than that, he's a fantastic player, and he's going to make any team good. That's for sure. But I do think that he is a little bit overhyped, I guess you could say, at the moment, and he's not really worth the between the, I think it's like 80 odd million that we're supposed to have paid for him if you include all the bonuses. So I don't think he's really worth that. I remember PSG were looking almost, or people were saying it was around about 100 million euro that he would have been worth, and he's definitely not that. That's absolute overs. So I think he's still got the potential to get there. I just don't think that he's worth, I think around about 65 to 70 million euro is about right for what he's worth. He's one of those players which are above average, not great, but not bad either. As Freiburg have a corner down on their right-hand side. Cross comes in, back post, and it's a play on as RBL Leipzig and a Freiburg player falls to the floor, holding themselves. I don't see any issue in it. And the official says no, as he was leaning back and he fell over. And that's number 28 for SC Freiburg, who fell over onto the floor, which is Matthias Ginter. Just being soft there and pretending to be hurt, holding his ankle, when in reality he just fell on his own feet. And yeah, no, thanks, Finn Spires. So I try to be critical of my players, but also focus on their positives as well, and also where they can improve. So that's why I said that about Xavi Simons there. He just needs to make sure that he just tidies up those few extra things, and he'll definitely go to the next level, that's for sure. But yeah, for anyone that has only just joined into the stream or doesn't know, Xavi Simons just needs to work on taking his extra touches, dribbling a bit more closer to his body instead, and also not going to ground so easily as well. But other than that, he's a fantastic player, great player. He's not one of the greatest players yet or around that caliber. He's not near the Musiala or Wits yet, but he certainly can if he just focuses up and cleans up those little few things there. As RB Leipzig have the ball down on the right hand side and kicks it straight into the Freiburg defender. They're pressing quite well, Freiburg, very well organised. As RB Leipzig get through the press, need to make it quickly. Passing down to the right hand side to Baku, cross comes in and straight into the centre, and a clearance from the Freiburg central defensive midfielder, Patrick Ostenhage. I've probably said that wrong. Or Ostenhage. So RB Leipzig will have a corner kick from their left-hand side, which will be David Raum most likely to whip this ball in. We shall see what happens. It's Xavi. Xavi goes to the near post. Straight to Orban, but it goes over the crossbar. No deflection on a Freiburg player, and it goes out for a goal kick. If you're just coming into the stream, welcome to the live stream of the Top Spiel Bundesliga Matchday 25 of SC Freiburg versus RB Leipzig. I am your host this evening, Justin Crozer, the host of the RBL Talk podcast, the RB podcast for all fans globally. Currently coming into the 34th minute of play. No goals scored in this one at the moment in this top spiel, as Freiburg have the ball in their attacking third just on the right-hand side. RB Leipzig are pressing quite well here. There's a 3-on-1. They really should have stopped that ball. They do end up getting it back from David Raum, I should say. My apologies. I had a little bit of a fade there. But RB Leipzig giving away too many fouls here. And we just gave the ball back to SC Freiburg as Sesko just slightly smacks the Freiburg player in the face accidentally. And that's the number 6 for Freiburg. And that is Ostenhage. I've most likely said that name wrong as well. Kick comes in, goes into the box, down the far right-hand side for Freiburg. Should say left-hand side for Freiburg, right for RB Leipzig. There was a clearance made, and Freiburg try again. Back down that left-hand side. Header comes in and a recovery from, looks to be Arthur Vermeeren down there. RB Leipzig have the ball away down the right-hand side with Baku. And he kicks it into his opposite number, I think. No, he's just a very poor cross, and it goes out for another goal kick. Just going to reset my stream here, as it does seem to be being a bit of a pain in the backside for me at the moment, which is not very good. We've still only got about 10 more minutes left in this half. As we have a look at some of the chat over there in Instagram, to the 22 people over there watching, welcome to the live stream watch along of the Top Spiel Bundesliga Matchday 25 against SC Freiburg. I am your host of the RBL Talk podcast, Justin Crozer. I'll just move that over there a little bit. As we just quickly change the web browser there. coming into the looks to be the 37th minute. Just finishing that now. About to come into the 38th minute as RB Leipzig go forward down the right hand side. Gertruda cut back and it just misses. And it was a Benjamin Sesko that ends up kicking it straight into his opposite number. Baku down on the right hand side again. Tries to beat his man, doesn't. Little dink forward though to Openda, but he's too fancy and just goes straight into the Freiburg defenders. RB Leipzig win the ball back down the right hand side again with a nice high press, and they pass into centrally, and they're going to try again on the left hand side. And Atabulu gets an easy save here, as there was some nice build up play here from Gertruda and Openda. For those that are unaware, the player watch players for today's game are for RB Leipzig, it was Peter Galachi, and it's also for SC Freiburg, which is Ritsu Doan. Welcome to everyone joining into this RBL Talk live stream of the top spiel between RB Leipzig and SC Freiburg. I am your host, Justin Proza. If you've just joined in, the scores is 0-0 coming into the 40th minute in this top spiel this Bundesliga weekend, as RB Leipzig are pushing forward at the moment, trying to get this first goal before they go into the halftime break. Both teams have had their fair share of chances, and I would say Freiburg probably having a little bit more of chances than RB Leipzig, as they've been a little bit more quality, although RB Leipzig have had the more chances in the number department. But if RB Leipzig don't score very soon, I can easily see SC Freiburg clinching the opening goal. Speaking of Freiburg, they're going forward on the right-hand side here, and it's either given offside from the linesman here on Ritsu Doan, as he's just caught himself offside again. Just drifting a little bit wide forward there, needs to time his run a little bit better. That's the second offside at least for this evening for Ritsu Doan, which for those of you just joining in is also on Player Watch this evening. The two Player Watch players are, and for those that don't know what Player Watch is, for the podcast, I do something called Player Watch. It may not necessarily be the best player for that team. It's the player that I feel is going to have or will need to have the best impact for their respective team. For RB Leipzig, it's Peter Galachi, as he has Martin van der Voort breathing down his neck to take that number one goalkeeping spot, and has been a little bit poor of late. And for SC Freiburg, it is Ritsu Doan, who really has that creativity and able to score as well. RB Leipzig currently have the ball in their back, well, I should say defensive third, and passing the ball wide down on the right-hand side, as RB Leipzig are trying to push the ball forward. What I have liked is a lot of our passing is more forward, or at least more positive mindset, I guess you could say, compared to what we normally do. Although, as I say that, we're passing between our back three here. As RB Leipzig passed to Xavi Simons out on the left-hand side, and further wide to his left is David Raum as he tries to beat his man, but it goes out for a throw in. Quick throw in here from RB Leipzig down the left hand side. We pass the ball more centrally. Not much happening here in the likes of the build up play, slow and methodical. Need to just be that little bit more quicker when it comes to the build up play. As RB Leipzig win themselves a free kick to Rydell Baku wins the free kick for RB Leipzig just down on the right hand side, not far from the touchline. Need to have a really good delivery here into the box. This is something that RB Leipzig have lacked all season is the ability to give good delivery from free kick situations, or I should say dead ball situations. So that doesn't just include free kicks, it's also corner kicks, as Xavi Simmons is the one here for the delivery. He kicks it in close, but it jumps off the, skids off the ground, but offside as well from the build-up play, which is just poor. If you're offside from a free kick, you need to really question your positioning. Like, it just shouldn't happen. It's just basic stuff like this that RB Leipzig have been just poor at all year. We're coming now into the 44th minute as the free kick is taken. RB Leipzig win the ball back as they're heading the ball around, although they've lost the ball, and S Freiburg will now have time to reset and go for themselves. My apologies if I feel or look a little tired. It's 4:44 a.m. I've also shifted this evening as well and finished work just a couple of hours before this live stream as well. So I would have been up for at least 24 hours, around now actually, I should say, as we're coming into the final minute of normal time in this first half with RB Leipzig passing the ball out and around the left-hand side for them as they pass between their back three and try from the right-hand side, which they've had a little bit more success as Intruder does a nice little pass looking for Ender, but unable to get him, and it goes straight out for an easy save for Atubo, which is the SC Freiburg goalkeeper. Having a look now over at Instagram. Welcome to the still 22 people over there watching over there on Instagram. Welcome to the live stream. If you'd like to get involved, make sure you just comment along on that live stream and I will react with you live. And thank you for that, Felix.lpg, Forza Lipsa. And hello to trying to get BMW to comment. That's a good username there. I wish you all the best in that endeavor. RB Leipzig trying to go forward here, and we have 1 minute of added time, and we're already 45 seconds into that minute of added time. RB Leipzig have a quick possibility of a break here, and they do manage to get the ball away. Looks to be a Pender that meets the ball down the right hand side, crosses in, and easily crossed in straight to Atubolu from SC Freiburg, and easily saves it. At half time, it is 0-0. I can't spell. I will just update this really quickly once I can look up this word. There we go. So the news of the half for half time is that both teams have having chances, but no one is able to capitalize. As we settle in for the halftime break, as both teams are going down into the tunnel so they can go back to the drawing board to see how they can break this deadlock. We can go through some of the statistics here at halftime, as RB Leipzig have had 55% of the ball and SC Freiburg 45%. There's been 9 total shots for RB Leipzig with only 2 shots on target, which has been very poor. No surprises there from this RB Leipzig side under manager Marco Rosa. And we have 2 total shots for SC Freiburg with only 1 shot on target. Both teams are passing relatively well, with RB Leipzig passing at 84%, SC Freiburg at 74%. Both teams have committed a few fouls, with RB Leipzig committing 4, SC Freiburg with 6. Both teams have had a corner, at least a corner each, with RB Leipzig having 2 corners. And it's been the goalkeepers that have been more active, with both keepers having to make keeper saves or interference. Interceptions. Going back to some of the chat. Welcome to people if you're just joining into this live stream. My name is Justin Crozer, the host of the RBL Talk podcast, the RBL, the RB Leipzig podcast for all fans around the globe of RB Leipzig. To apologise, it is 4:49 a.m. in the morning. I have finished a shift a couple of hours ago before this live stream and just jumped straight on as we need to do. Trolley says, fix the sound. Don't know what you mean there by fix the sound. Most people have said that I sounded okay. Let's maybe see if that goes from there. Hopefully the sound there now is a little bit better. And we'll go and have a look here. What is your opinion on Marco Rosa at the moment? Do you think he should stay at the job, or do you think he should get replaced by a different manager? So that is a very, very good question. Most people do say that Marco Rosa shouldn't be here. And look, I've been on the fence for quite some time, and I did say early on that when a lot of people were saying that Marco Rosa shouldn't be the manager of RB Leipzig, I said at least forget the Champions League, just at least give him the DFB Pokal Cup and see how he goes with that. And with that, it was against, I believe it was Wolfsburg at the time. It might not have actually been Wolfsburg. It might have been Eintracht Frankfurt. Yeah, it was against Eintracht Frankfurt. And I said, look, if he can win that game and we can keep continuing, let's not, get too hasty. But I will say that Marco Rosa is not the manager to take this team forward. Doesn't matter that they've done a what do you call it? They've done a training camp at Stolzberg. They're not going to be a good team and get top 4 and go deep into Champions League with Marco Rosa. It's just as simple as that. I do want him to succeed as he's a Leipzig local, and it is good to see that to have a Leipzig native at the helm of the club. But when does it start becoming about the football and stop being a PR stunt? I've said this before on the podcast. So, and by PR stunt, I mean for public relations, it looks good to have a local at the helm of the club for Red Bull. That's the perspective, And if it's about the football, Marco Rosa needs to unfortunately leave at the end of the season and start afresh. We're also going to lose a lot of players depending on where we finish as well. So Benjamin Sesko will probably go. Xavi Simons will probably go. We need to be very careful where we finish at the end of the year. I also said it wouldn't matter in a sense, if we got into a Europa League, as I do feel that we have a squad enough to be able to get deep into the Europa League and possibly win it, compared to Champions League. Although that is the best position for the club is Champions League, because that's where you bring in your best talent around the world. So I don't think he should stay at RB Leipzig. He needs to be replaced, but at the end of the season. Trolley, what do you think of our performance in the first half? Very lackluster. Um, don't have a lot of answers going forward and able to break the press of SC Freiburg. I have liked that we're trying to go down the right hand side more than down on the left hand side. We don't seem to be going forward enough. I think that's been a problem with us for quite a while now under Marco Rosa, is that the passing has been poor. We pass more backwards, or sideways, not passing forward. I don't mind if we do pass laterally, but we need to still make those forward passes. So if you're going to pass, to your left or to your right, at least make the pass more forward. Don't just pass it, backwards. So we don't deserve to lead at the half time. There's still anyone's game at the moment, but at the moment it's pretty much the same old football. Um, you know, boring football, sometimes good football, and as long as it's going to be quite close, then we have a chance of getting somewhere. Welcome to everyone just joining in the stream. My name is Justin Crozer. I am the host of the RBL Talk podcast, the global podcast for all RB Leipzig fans around the world. Just a quick call of action while we wait, and we'll go through the player watch players in a moment. I'd just like to say that if you'd like to get the latest podcast news, make sure to scan the QR code on the right hand side of the screen there, or click or go to the link here on screen at rbltalk.substack.com, and you'll get all the latest podcast news straight into your email inbox. And remember, there is free RB fans Discord community. We have a great community over there. There's dedicated channels, one in German and one in English. You can talk about absolutely anything you want under the general tabs, and under the team tabs, you can talk about all things RB Leipzig. It's a great place to meet new RB Leipzig fans around the world. If you enjoy what I do with the RBL Talk podcast, you can become an RBL Talk member. You get podcast episodes early. You get them ad free. You get to know when the next guests and live stream watch alongs are on before anyone else. And with the guests, you get to get a special live stream private seat in the live stream. You can ask the guests any questions as we record, and you can also get your RBL Talk memberships over on Apple Podcasts as well. So the tale of the take so far, if you're just joining in, both teams have had their chances, but no one is able to capitalize in this game so far. And we'll go into player watch now and have a look at both players. First, we'll go through the RB Leipzig player watch player, which was Peter Galachi. He has made one save. He's made 9 of 9 accurate passes so far with one long pass. He's made one save inside the box. He's acted as a sweeper once. He's had 4 throws, 4 recoveries, and 14 touches. And for SC Freiburg, it was Ritsu Doan, and he has had 4 of 5 accurate passes at 80%, created one chance, which was that beautiful cross with his left boot to set up. That was Lucas Holler, and that was a very good pass there. 12 total touches. He's had one shot blocked, one pass to the final third, which was that cross. He has got himself offside 2 times. He just needs to time his runs a little bit better. And he's made 2 of 2 tackles, 2 defensive actions. He's won 3 duels, which is all of his duels, excuse me, which is 2 ground and 1 aerial. And that is so far into the half. I'll take this time for anyone to ask any questions through the live stream. If you are just watching this, let me know what you think of the game so far. If you're just watching this game as well, let me know where you are watching this live stream of the RBL Talk podcast, which is the top spiel of the Bundesliga match day 25 against SC Freiburg. I'm your host, Justin Crozer. I am watching this, or I should say, I am doing this in Australia, which for me it's currently 4:58 a.m. in the morning, and I've just finished a shift of work, and I wouldn't be wanting to do anything else than having to commentate and speak with you all this evening. So far, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you all on board, even during this halftime break. As more people trickle in through to watching this over on Instagram, welcome to the people over there on Instagram, as 23 people now are watching over on Instagram. As there's no more questions as of this time, I'm going to quickly have a quick halftime break and I'll be back with you shortly. Welcome back to the live stream watch along of the top spiel of the Bundesliga on match day 25 against SC Freiburg and RB Leipzig. I am your host this evening, Justin Crozer, the host of the RBL Talk podcast, the global podcast for all RB fans worldwide. Looking back at the chat while we've just had that quick halftime break, Trolley asks, who do you think our best player was in the first half? Now, for me, it was very tough as there was a lot of, I guess you could say, not poor players, but then not really that poor. I think it's a mixture of either Willie Orban, who seemed to be pretty much in the most duels in the game, and also I think Rydel Baku down on the right hand side. He's been quite well at giving us a different option down there on the right, as normally we're very left hand side attack heavy, and that's on the left with Charlie Simmons and David Ram. So it's good to see that us giving an extra dynamic down the left hand side there. But let me know who you think. Who do you think was the best player for RB Leipzig? Whether that is you, Trolley, or anyone else. Let me know who you think the best RB Leipzig player was in the first half. And Haramangot Singh Saini says, I am liking the play a bit more now. The team feels awake. Just need a little better final pass in the box. And I don't know what you mean by the sound has gone weird. So um, I have no idea. Like my sound to me sounds perfectly fine. So um, yeah, I have no idea what's going on. Maybe we change this. Let me know what you think. If that sound has gone better or if it's gone worse. Um, so yeah, I have no idea. A couple of people have said that the sound is gone weird, and I don't know why because the sound sounds fine on my end. So um, maybe that helps. I'm not too sure. Um, I have no idea. Let me know if it how the sound's going, if it needs to go a bit more or not, as we are going into the second half now. Um, let me know how the sound is going, guys. Don't know why there's allegedly a bit of a sound problem. Yep, this is better. Okay, no problem. Um, so I do have an auto gain. Maybe that didn't do much. But I don't. Do you agree that Willie Orban has been our best player this season? Absolutely, 110%. Willie Orban has easily been the best player this season. Um, and yeah, I don't know why anyone else would think any other thing reason why. So maybe it was the noise cancelling that I had on. Maybe it's just making that a little bit weird. And down in the settings there, I just turned it up a little bit as well. So made sure that it's a bit better. So, but as we are getting into play, but yeah, it's for me Willie Orban, 110%. Xavi Simmons has been poor, like down on form. Same as Benjamin Sesko and Lewis Openda. Although out of those three, I would say close to Willie Orban would be Benjamin Sesko. Let me know who you think is going to win this game. If you think Freiburg are going to win it, or if you think RB Leipzig will win. And let me know what you think the scoreline will be. On the podcast, I'm pretty sure I predicted a 3-2 win for Freiburg. And there isn't going to be many goals in this one by the looks of things, unless we have a very entertaining second half. As Freiburg are currently playing with the ball down on the top hand side for them, and they're coming now onto the right hand side, just passing from left to right and trying to push the ball forward, which is what I like about Freiburg. Even though they're passing from side to side, their passes are forward. As it looks like David Raumel wins the ball, but is lost the ball, and it's been recovered from Freiburg. Coming into the 48th minute now. I was going to say 43rd minute. That would have been a little embarrassing as that's still in the first half and we're in the second half. If you're just joining into the Bundesliga top spiel of matchday 25 with SC Freiburg versus RB Leipzig, I am your host, Justin Crozer of the RBL Talk podcast, the global podcast for all RB fans worldwide. As Benjamin Sesko fouls an SC Freiburg player, which looked to be Ritsu Dahan, which is also on player watch for the podcast and in this game. Player watch for RB Leipzig is Peter Galacci. For those that don't know, player watch is what who the best player is, but is the most important player for one of them. As Peter Galacci makes a good save, even though he was offside, but it was a good save from Peter Galacci getting down quickly. but Freiburg really passed through RB Leipzig very, very easily there. Excuse me. Just need to defend that really quick. It's really hard to defend against a one touch passing, and we did quite well there at the end when you come to think of it. Heavy touch, and the heavy touch for SC Freiburg was actually the lift back from Killian, which looks to be still Adilia, the 22-year-old French international. As David Raum has a throw in down the left hand side. RB Leipzig going forward with their passing, which is good to see. Penta doing some lovely step overs. He's trying to be a bit too fancy there. Lewis Apenda really, really needs to stop playing around with the football and stop doing these fancy flicks and things like that. There's a time and a place for it. I understand you're trying to make the defenders second guess themselves or something happen that they don't expect. As Willie Orban gets a yellow card here. Quite interesting. I think that was probably for dissent. A little bit of abuse there to the official. And I don't think there's anything in it. I mean, his challenge wasn't very good. It was a little bit late there, but um, also might have been just for the challenge as well, because on second look, it slid in and it was a bit dangerous there as well, which is his fourth yellow card this season. One more and he misses another game, which means he's already missed 2 games this season. Might have to start thinking about if he's the best player or not this season, if he's not on the pitch. But he's still definitely the best player of our team this year. As Freiburg are passing from right to left this time. Here we go. Freiburg going forward with their passing. Good to see. Yes, they're going back here and they're going to switch to play. But once they switch to play, now they're going to go pass the ball forward. Even if they pass sideways here, it's going to be a forward pass. See? Just like that. Although very easy interception there from David Raum down the left-hand side. But this is where RB Leipzig need to learn a little bit from their opposition here. We need to start passing the ball forward more instead of passing it sideways or backwards. RB Leipzig pressing well in small spaces on the right-hand side, and I think the ball's gone out here from Sesko, but maybe not. As the play goes forward, as Bishebu passes it to Vermeeren, who loses the ball and gets the ball back. However, there was an interception there and a throw in really quickly from RB Leipzig. They throw the ball in essentially, and they now have gone from the left to the right. Gertruda passes in, gets the ball back. See, that back heel there from Lewis Apenda is good to see. Right? That there is when you should be doing a back heel or something fancy because it's going to lead to a chance. Not on the build-up play in certain areas. You can't be doing that at those certain points. Excuse me. Currently, Lewis Apenda has the ball for RB Leipzig on the right-hand side, just into the attacking third. He passes to his left, and he gets the ball back. They pass backwards now. This is what I don't like about RB Leipzig, passing too far backwards before we go forwards, and that lets SC Freiburg get to the other side and start the press and start closing down the space. And now we're going to push over to the left-hand side and back to the right, which isn't going to work because you've got all the players already pushed over there. They really need to like I said, pass the ball forward when they're doing these lateral passes. Although we have the ball now, there's some space over on the left, which he does. Xavi has the ball, back heel from Openda. Xavi goes down, which in those cases, that's where I was saying earlier from Xavi needs to stay on his feet. Sometimes he does go down a bit too easily. Xavi might be offside here, but he's not. Goes forward. Xavi needs to shoot. Someone needs to shoot. Really? Baku, someone shoot. Shoot! Fuck out. We're just missing chances here. Currently have the ball down on the left-hand side. David Ram crosses in, and it's easily met by the Freiburg goalkeeper from Atu Bolu. Starting to get very annoyed with our football at the moment. We don't have any players that are taking the attacking initiative to actually make chances. If you're 25 yards out from goal, just shoot. Like, work the keeper, shoot. If you get a deflection and goes in, there's your goal. If not, gets a deflection, hopefully goes out for a corner. Even though we've been poor from corners, at least it's a chance to be able to get that first opening goal. Which is the one thing I hate about Marco Rosa RB Leipzig is that we've lost that attacking ruthlessness. We can't just go forward and yes, okay, we're better on a counter attack and build up play, but you need to add that build up play into it as well because you can't always just get a counter attack. Otherwise, you're going to be exposing yourself and letting the opposition have more of the ball, just trying to wait for that opening. Excuse me. As the first change is being made here from RB Leipzig as Arthur Vermeeren comes off and Nicholas Seibold comes on. Hopefully just a straight swap in central defensive midfield here. Because if this is going to go to like a back four and Seibold's going to be a back three there, like back four with the left back or something, or he'd have to be right back, but yeah, I wouldn't like that. So I think it's still going to be the 3-4-3. It's very interesting as well that we're getting 57th minute as well. Normally, we don't make our changes this early as well, so good to see a little bit of initiative here from Marco Rosa. As Marco Rosa says to be more compact by the looks of things. As this throw-in is taking quite some time. And that is the Freiburg let's say that again. Freiburg throw-in. If you're just joining in to the live stream watch along, this is the top spiel watch along of Bundesliga matchday 25 of SC Freiburg versus RBL Leipzig. I am the host of the RBL Talk podcast, the podcast for all RB fans globally. I am the host, Justin Crozer. So far in this top spiel, it has been, let's just say, to put it nicely, a little bit cagey, I guess you could probably say the best words are. Coming now into the 59th minute, I'd also like to see a few more changes from RB Leipzig going forward. What changes would you like to see RB Leipzig play? And if you are a Freiburg supporter, what changes do you think your team needs to go forward? As Freiburg goes forward, and a interception there from looks to be and a shot. I was going to say it was an interception there from Gertruda. And at least Freiburg are going to shoot from distance, which Yes, you're not going to get a lot of goals out wide, but it was within a decent scoring range. It wasn't 30 yards out or even longer. It was still closer towards goal. Those are the shots that you need to still do and just work the goalkeeper. Maybe you get a parry and you get lucky. You get your poachers in, tap a easy goal in from being first there before the defender, or you maybe get a parry or a save and it goes out for a corner kick. As Freiburg again go forward, as RB Leipzig is starting to panic. Now the cavalry arrives and there is a break here. And by break, I meant to have a good setup there. As Galacci gets, pardon me, what's my wording there? Xavi Simons with the ball. And now, because of the SC Freiburg defense is back, we're going to just play around with the ball at the back here. And we're going backwards, not forwards, which, again, big problems. You need to move the ball forward, even if you are, and then you give the ball away. SC Freiburg has the ball going forward on the right-hand side. Pass down to the right with Ritsu Doan with the ball. Steps over, makes a mockery of his offsider. Goes around David Raum. But it was a clearance from Bishebu from the cross. RB Leipzig really need to get their ball play, and they try with Xavi. Xavi sees the opening and crosses to Baku. No, apologies, that's Lewis Openda. And Sesko gets the ball and he just boots it and it goes over the crossbar. That's what you want to start seeing. Just getting the ball forward, going quicker and passing the play from left to right or right to left, but going forward as you do it. You need to go forward when you're passing the ball. Far too often we pass the ball side to side and don't go forward. RB Leipzig have the ball going forward again, but it was a poor pass and easily dealt with by the Freiburg defence. At this stage in the podcast, because there's no goals, we're going to be talking about the chances that we've had. And there hasn't really been a whole lot to talk about, so to speak. As neither team has really had any big chances, so to speak. They've had some chances, but not many. Excuse me. I think Freiburg would take the point here as well. I still think they're good for the win here as well, as there's a foul here from Seiwald who gets booked, which I hate to say it, but that's very, very poor from Nicholas Seiwald there, fouling Ritsu Doan. Just clips his feet, doesn't get the ball, and because he's a substitute, terrible. Absolutely poor. That's the worst thing I hate about when a substitute gets a yellow card booking is that you're not only coming on as a replacement for a player, you've just wasted that replacement because you can't just be, well, I mean, you can substitute the substitute. It'd be a waste of a substitute. So now you're treading on thin ice as Galacci makes a save. Wow. What a save. Reflex action there. Peter Galacci watched that all the way off the Freiburg player's head and he dives over and parries it over the crossbar with his left hand. Corner down on the left-hand side for Freiburg. Goes centrally, misses everyone. and it goes out for RB Leipzig to hopefully get a run at it. But here we go. Sesko's by himself. Just needs to cross over. Oh, wow. You messed that up. Oh, wow. Wow. Benjamin Sesko had the ball. They ran through. And down there, when he had the ball by himself, when he cuts inside, instead of crossing over the ball to his strike partner and Lewis Openda, he just needs to hold up the ball, step over the ball, send the attacker already the wrong way because his already body's going towards across him towards the left. So if he stops the ball and steps over it, he can get around, and then maybe he opens up the face of goal because he's a right footer and then shoots. Anyway, after that, we've got a corner here on the left hand side from David Round, and the header is poor from Willie Orban, but another cross in from attempted cross in from Sesko for a corner kick. So, like I said, you need to. I think that was sorry. My apologies. That was Xavi. Sesko really needed to hold up the ball there, send his opposite number across him, which would have gone the wrong way anyway because his natural movement was going across. Then he could have opened up the right hand side and gone for a goal, or at least gone to shoot and try to curl that in to the top corner or around, to the left of the goalkeeper. So, well, that's how I would have done it anyway. If I was an attacker, that's how I would have gone through and how I would have thought. But yeah, I mean, I'm not a footballer by any means, but that's how I, as a manager, if I'm trying to get my players, that's natural skill that I want them to do. Open up the angle and go to the shoot for the goal there. Welcome to all of those people just joining into the live stream, and also welcome to those people over there on Instagram. There is still 23 people now watching over on Instagram. And if you're just joining in wherever you are watching this broadcast, my name is Justin Crozer. I am the host of the RBL Talk podcast, the RB podcast for all fans globally of RB Leipzig. This is your Bundesliga Matchday 25 Top Spiel watch along of SC Freiburg versus RB Leipzig. The score is still 0-0 coming into the 67th minute of play, with both teams having their chances, but no one able to capitalize on that at the moment. Excuse me, my apologies. If you would like to get involved with this live stream, watch along wherever you are watching this live stream. All you need to do is comment along wherever you are watching this, whether you're watching this on YouTube, X, Twitter, or Twitch, and over on Instagram as well. And RB Leipzig, I'm going to make the call now. I'm not often wrong with these calls during live streams, but if we haven't scored in the next 3 minutes, coming into the 71st minute, we are not going to score in this game. We have just been too poor with the final pass, and we haven't been more, more positive in going forward with our ball movement. And that's not to say that we won't draw or lose, but we certainly won't score. As SC Freiburg currently have the ball, and they've gone from left to right, passing down the ball on the right-hand side. Freiburg, nice long pass on the left-hand side, crosses in, and it does get stopped by Peter Galacci, just to stop a corner kick there for SC Freiburg. If you're just joining into this live stream watch along, my name is Justin Crozer, the host of the RBL Talk podcast, the podcast for all RB Leipzig fans globally. This is your Bundesliga Matchday 25 watch along of the top spiel between SC Freiburg and RB Leipzig. If you'd like to get involved with this live stream watch along, all you need to do is comment wherever you are watching this live stream watch along, and I will highlight your comment and interact with you as we watch this. Currently, RB Leipzig have the ball going forward with Xavi Simons, and he's unable to get it past his opposite number and actually commits a foul in the process. I did say that if we don't score in the next minute, coming into the 71st minute, we will not score in this game. And we're just coming into the 70th minute now with 30 seconds to go, and I don't see us scoring in those 30 seconds. So we will not score in this game. Can't see it happening. RB Leipzig have not been positive with their ball movement and going forward, and have just not made the right decisions when it's gone down to it. Nice interception there from David Raum on the left-hand side. RB Leipzig have another ball going forward with the throw in this time. David Raum will throw it in. As Raum throws the ball in, basically to nobody, as SC Freiburg do win the ball back, but end up with a poor pass from Ritsu Doan, and it goes out for another throw-in for RB Leipzig. Amadou Haidara is also now on the pitch. Slowly moving the ball forward here on the left-hand side. Not a lot, though, as David Raum goes to throw the ball in again. He tries to throw the ball forward, but it's cut off. And another interception from SC Freiburg, and another throw-in again from RB Leipzig and David Raum. This is probably the third one in a row. Throw-in from David Raum to Lewis Pender. Easily cut off by SC Freiburg, and a big clearance. And they've got a quick break on here, but Haidara's got the ball, and he shoots. Sorry, that was Gertruda. My apologies. And he only misses by a small amount. See, that's what I like to see. Shooting from distance. It's not exactly far out. It was just past the penalty out. And it's just over the crossbar. You've got to take those shots. No, RB Leipzig don't win the ball back here. SC Freiburg still have the ball, and they're going to go forward, switching the play from right to left. Passing now out on the left-hand side, trying to go around the RB Leipzig press. Still favouring that left-hand side. Coming into the 73rd minute now. Just 17 minutes left of normal time. Freiburg, I don't know what that was. That was a odd save from Peter Galacci. As there was a very, very ambitious shot here from SC Freiburg from some distance, I should say. Peter Galacci watched it all the way. Just going to have a quick look at the live ladder here as well from the current scores as of this stage. It does appear that in this game that if we do get the draw, we will only be going to sixth position, just jumping over Wolfsburg with 39 points. That's if we get the draw. Let's see if Freiburg win the ball back. It's a 1v3 here. Orban headers the ball out, and it's a throw in on the left hand side for SC Freiburg. It's going to quickly take this time for a little bit of admin. If you would like to join the free RB fans Discord with all RB fans around the globe, you can find the link over on the link tree with click the Discord icon. You can join over there. There's a dedicated channel in German for the local German fans as well, where you can speak in German about the team or general topics. If you would like to get podcast updates straight to your inbox, make sure to join the Substack, and you can scan the QR code over there or go to the link on your screen. And if you'd like to become an RBL Talk member and get benefits that no one else gets and get access to the podcast early, ad-free as well, you can go to the link there or sign up today on Apple Podcasts. Coming into the 76th minute now, I should say. Scores are still 0-0. We'll go back to the comments and have a look and see if there's anyone having a comment over on Instagram. No one commenting over there. As SC Freiburg have the ball in their defensive third, with their goalkeeper kicking the ball upfield, only as far as Willie Orban, who clears the ball centrally into the middle of the pitch. Freiburg do have the win the ball back, though, for a recovery. RB Leipzig have the ball going forward with a fast break and poor passing again. And it's gone back to SC Freiburg with Doan. Eggestein has the ball, passes to his left. They retain the ball well, going down the right-hand side. And RBL looks like they're parking the bus a little bit here, with only two players behind the ball. Freiburg going forward. And a shot there loops into the hands of Peter Galacci. Benjamin Sesko comes off. Yusuf Carsten comes on the pitch. And Bishebu comes off. And Castello Jr. or Castello Lucaba comes on the pitch as well. Not too sure why Sesko came off for Powson. I know it's a bit of a like for like there, but I would have liked to have seen a little bit of a formation change and a top two of both Sesko and Powson, as Openda hasn't been all that great this afternoon, or I should say this evening. Coming now into the 79th minute, I did say earlier that RB Leipzig would not score if we got into the 70 minutes past and we weren't one goal up. RB Leipzig attempting to go the ball forward, but they're failing at that. They do pass the ball right, though, with Xavi with the recovery. Cross in, go to the back post, and it looks to go out for a... No, it goes out for a goal kick, as David Raum was the player with the last touch. I do think it's going to be another lackluster top spiel for RBL this evening. We've only got just under 10 minutes left to play to get the winner, or at least get a goal. As SC Freiburg are pushing forward, and Rydel Baku, he touches the ball last, and no, it is a foul, and quick play on. SC Freiburg going forward, they have a breakaway, crosses in to Doan, and he just misses past Peter Galacci to his right, and he goes out for a goal kick for RB Leipzig. Looking at the replay here, it did look like, even though Ritsu Doan did shoot quite well with his left foot, it did look like Peter Galacci had that covered all the way. As RB Leipzig go forward with the ball bouncing around in dispute, and it's gone out from a recovery from SC Freiburg for a throw-in for RB Leipzig down the right-hand side, just near the manager's touchline. Long throw-in from David Raum. RB Leipzig are passing the ball to each other, but going forward with the ball. Even the pass there was quite forward. That's good. David Raum has the ball on the left-hand side. Passes to Leclerc. He passes essentially to Orban. Orban passes to his left, back to Lekeba. Lekeba dribbles the ball forward, beats his man. Decent build-up play here. But we go backwards again instead of going forwards. This is the problem I have. And that ball's gone out off of Casella Lekeba. However, it looks like there was a last touch from Freiburg. And no, I was right. It is supposed to be a throw-in for Freiburg. I thought it came off Casella Lekeba, and so does the official. As we come into the 83rd minute with 7 minutes of normal time to play, along with added time. If you're just joining in to this live stream watch along, this is the Bundesliga Matchday 25 watch along of SC Freiburg and RB Leipzig, the top spiel of the round in the Bundesliga. I am the host of the RBL Talk podcast, Justin Crozer. As 83 minutes have now been played, coming into the 84th minute, as Yusuf Powson finds himself offside. Let me know who you think is going to win this game. Do you think it's going to be a draw? Do you think it's going to be a win? And if you do think it's going to be a win, who do you think will win it? As Peter Galacci has the ball and passes to Castillo de Caba. With the current score at the moment, it looks like RB Leipzig will jump to sixth position, just in front of Wolfsburg with a one extra point, and Freiburg will drop down to fifth. Excuse me. Speaking of Freiburg, they currently have the ball going from right to left, and they're trying to make their way through the RB Leipzig press. However, they are not going well with that. Going at some comments here. Paramajot seeing this has what Gaspy replies back with has. What has happened to Openda? Easily, Lewis Openda has been played out of the game from his counterpart, and is just hasn't really been playing too well this afternoon, or I should say this evening. A couple of fancy flicks that weren't needed, a couple of glimpses here. He's going to have the ball here as we speak, but I think he's offside, and he is offside as per usual. And yes, he says Paramajit Singh Saini says no presence on the pitch, and that's correct. There is no presence of Lewis Pender. Pender isn't one of those big bullies or big strong players like Benjamin Sesko is, who has a presence on the pitch. But I think you're also meaning that he hasn't had the ball much either, or hasn't done much with it, which is true. He's sort of gone missing in the last 30 odd minutes or so. As Freiburg go forward in a very poor clearance, and Griffo tries to go for goal, but Willie Orban with a good clearance. But Freiburg get the ball back and will go again for an attack. As my apologies, the live score there has just gone away momentarily. Amadou Haidara gives away a foul here, and is also gone on the pitch himself for some reason. Be interesting to find out. I think he just twisted his ankle a little bit there, maybe. I think he's probably in more disbelief, actually, if anything, that he gave away the foul. As Freiburg go forward, there's no free kick. No. Hold on a minute. David Raum gets a yellow card. And again, that's two yellow cards that were unnecessary today. One was Nicholas Seiwald, who came on from a substitute, and the other one is David Raum, who just very late challenged there. So finally get to see Tidium Gomes with a debut here, but he's only going to play 3 or 4 minutes, which is quite disappointing. Just going to have a quick look here at some posts on social media while we wait, as it doesn't look like that the post for social media has actually sent. It has come on, it's just not showing up on Instagram for some reason. Don't know what the deal is there. Coming into the 89th minute here, and it does look like that RB Leipzig are going to lose or draw this game, at least, which is not surprising when you come to look at things, as how we've played hasn't been the greatest. David Raum has the throw in for RB Leipzig on the left-hand side, coming into the last minute of normal time. Probably going to say only 3 minutes of added time. David Raum tries to cross the ball, goes straight into his marker, which is Ritsu Doan, and 2 minutes of added time will be added. RB Leipzig have only 2 minutes to score a winning goal, and likewise for SC Freiburg. RB Leipzig have the ball and going forward, and it goes out for a goal kick. No, my apologies, it is a corner, as Lewis Depender's kick has gone out with a deflection for the right-hand side. And I think RB Leipzig have only scored 1 goal so far this year from corners. As we have been quite poor, it'll be interesting to find out if we can get anything. I'd be sending Peter Galacci up if this was me. I'd rather lose the game here trying to get the goal. Raum's corner goes centrally and gets deflected away from Freiburg, only as far as Seiwald. Gives the ball back to Raum. Take 2 with the second delivery. Comes back out again, this time only as far as Haidara. We still have the ball again. Gomes has the ball. Good to see some attacking flair there. Pender tries to open up the ball, and a block there from Freiburg. Gomes going forward again. Nice delivery. And almost a goal there from RB Leipzig with the last touch. But it's gone out for a corner kick. It's going to be the final play here for RB Leipzig. And if you're just joining us, both teams have had their chances, but no one is able to capitalize and score the winner. And as of this stage, coming into the final minute of added time, that looks to be the case as well. David Raum again. Centrally, and it's Freiburg with a clearance, and that will be all for today's game. As I said in the 70th minute, if RB Leipzig didn't score, they weren't going to score at all. And that's exactly what happened. And that is a very poor game when you come to think of it. And I'll keep the stream open for a little bit while we have some questions before we go. If you would like to get involved with the podcast, you can do so by commenting on social media. You can find all the social media along with the free RB Fans Discord over on the Linktree. We are on all major social media places, even on Mastodon and even Blue Sky as well. So you can always find the podcast over on your preferred social media platform. And you can look for the post to get on the RBL Talk segment, which is listener questions for the podcast. You can say absolutely anything you like, as long as it's about RB Leipzig in some way. Most people will say about our previous fixture, so the current game that has just finished against SC Freiburg. You can say anything that you like. I'll read it out on the show. I'll give you show notes credit, and I'll even respond to your comment as well. If you're just joining in for this live stream Bundesliga watch-along of the top spiel of matchday 25 in the Bundesliga, it was SC Freiburg versus RB Leipzig, and it was a stalemate 0-0. Both teams were having chances, but no one could capitalise on their chances. RB Leipzig actually had the better of the chances in the end with a late push. However, they were unable to get the winner. I will leave the stream open for a little bit with some comments, so please make sure to put your comment through on what you thought of the game, or even what you thought of this live stream as well. And if you would like to get the latest podcast news, you can go subscribe to the Substack, which is at rbltalk.substack.com. You can also scan the QR code on the top right-hand side of your screen as well, and you can sign up to all the podcast latest updates and get them straight into your inbox. That's how you'll find out when these live stream watch-alongs are happening, what guests we have on the show, and everything else to do with the podcast. If you would like to talk to other RB fans around the world, there is a free RB fans Discord community. We have 2 dedicated channels in English where the podcast is in, but also a German channel as well for all the local RB fans, as RBL Talk is the global podcast for all RB fans worldwide. So I'm certainly not disregarding any of you great local fans over in Germany. You can talk about the team or general topics. There's a dedicated channel for both of those. And if you enjoy what I do, you enjoy these live streams, or you enjoy the podcast, you can think about becoming an RBL Talk member. You get episodes early, get them ad-free. You get to know when the live stream watch-alongs are happening before anyone else. You get first choice in live stream watch-along topics. And you also get to know when the guests are on. You get a private seat when we do those guest interviews for the RBL Talk segments. You can watch the live stream of the interview and you can ask them your questions live. And there's also a lot more. You can check out the link at rbltalk.captivate.fm/support and find out what benefits you get as an RBL Talk member. And if you don't want to go over there and sign up, I also accept Apple podcast payments as well. You can go over there and you can sign up to be an RBL Talk member. Jumping over to the comments at the moment, Trolley says, I'm going crazy. 0-0 seems to be our favourite result this season. And he goes, I can't take this anymore. Will Marco Rosa be sacked now? Unfortunately, Trolley, he's not going to be sacked. That's just how it's going to be. At least to the end of season, it doesn't matter where we finish. Statistically, it's probably possible for us to drop down as low as maybe 10th or something, but we certainly won't be relegated. But it doesn't matter where we finish, Marco Rosa will be the manager until end of season. Whether there's a lot of people that are disliking that, I know there's also some people that are still backing Marco Rosa. I've always said from the beginning that Marco Rosa isn't going to be the manager to take us forward. I did want him to do well, especially because he's a local manager for RB Leipzig, and also it looks good for the club as well. And at the moment, it does look like a PR stunt more so from Red Bull than anything else, because it's not about the football, because the football on display, including tonight, is absolutely poor. This is not the Red Bull football that we've all love to see and that we've known so much. Marco Rosa he's in downfall, and so's the club under his watch, and it's just a matter of time until he does ask to leave, but that won't be until the end of the season. And as Trolley says, we went from 1st to 6th or 7th. So right now, Trolley, we are 7th after that Bundesliga game. 6th after that Bundesliga game, on 39 points, 1 point above VfL Wolfsburg. As I said in another podcast episode, DFB Pokal or bust. And I think for this season, it's been a very lackluster season, very underwhelming, and it is pretty much going to be the DFB Pokal or bust for the season. And we are up against VfB Stuttgart in the semi-finals of the DFB Pokal, for those that are unaware. I'll still leave the stream open for a few more minutes before I do sign off for this evening. If you've just joined in to the live stream watch along, my name is Justin Crozer, the host of the RBL Talk podcast. the RB Leipzig podcast for all fans globally. And it was the top spiel today of Bundesliga matchday 25 against SC Freiburg. And both teams had their chances. However, none of them could capitalise, and we ended the game 0-0. One final thing before I go. If you would like to get involved with the RBL Talk podcast, you can always find the podcast on social media. You can go onto any social media and look for the post which has the RBL Talk segment, and you can get on the show in that RBL Talk segment. You can even come on the show as a special guest. The way you do that is by looking for those posts on social media. Email in at show@rbltalk.com. Send me in your listener questions, and I'll respond to you on the show on the next podcast episode. And if you want to become a guest, you can do the same thing. Send those things in for the RBL Talk segment, and I'll get you on the show if you want to be a special guest, and you can record with me and be a part of the RBL Talk segment in that way. So if you've just joined in, it is the Bundesliga top spiel of matchday 25 with SC Freiburg versus RB Leipzig, with the scores ending in 0-0 in a draw, as both teams had their chances, but none of them can capitalise. And I've been your host of the RBL Talk podcast, Justin Crozer. So until next time, it's bye-bye for now.